Hey everyone, it's Karen here. If you follow me on social media, you may know me as Tippy's Totes. Tonight I'm going to give you some tips and tricks that are a little different than what I normally share in my video content. Normally I tell you about the features of a product or how you can use a product, or I compare products so that you can see the differences and figure out which one might work best for you. Well, tonight I want to talk to you about photo gifts and some tips and tricks, just some considerations that can help you get the best result from your photo gifts. Now, you may be saying, but you're my 31 consultant, what do you know about photo gifting, right? What you may not know, what a lot of you don't know, is that I have been a digital scrapbooker for years. And digital scrapbooking isn't just about making photo books, it's also about making gifts a lot of times. I've made metal photo panels, canvas gifts, ornaments, other projects, just a lot of stuff. It's not just about scrapbooks. And I have made these gifts using different softwares, different websites, different programs, even different apps to manipulate my photos. It's not really about the software, the website, the app you use. It's really about some considerations and techniques that, if you think about them, it can make your life a lot easier. It can make your projects turn out a lot better. So I'm just going to give you a few tips with examples from our photo gifting items. And these are things that you can apply to all of our gifting items, because we now have several photo by 31 items, including charms, ornaments, 2 different styles of ornaments. We have a new round frame wall art. We have canvas, 4 different sizes of canvas that you can design with photos. We have our table gallery, which I'm holding here, which is one of our original photo by 31 items, and we also have our new wall gallery. So we have a lot of items for you to choose from. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is that one thing I always consider is the shape of my photo and the shape of my gift. When you're creating a photo gift, no matter what kind of photo gift it is, you want to think about the actual gift you're creating. What shape is it? What is the ratio? And I know some of you are probably like, what are you talking about? If you think about your Facebook cover photo, you know, the cover photo that goes across the top, it is designed to be a horizontal photo. It is designed to show a horizontal image. But yet you see a lot of people putting vertical images, an up and down image, right? And what happens there? It crops off a huge amount, and when you're just scrolling, you only see what's formatted for that horizontal image. The rest of that gets cropped, whether it's people's heads, whether it's a scenery, whatever it is, it gets cropped off. If you start with a photo that is similar in shape and ratio to the actual project you're doing, you are going to have a better result. So I have 2 examples to show you here. Here's my table gallery. These are inserts, these are squares, right? So if you start with a photo that has kind of a square shape, or that you can crop to be a square shape, you are going to have a better result. Now, if you have a horizontal or a vertical photo you want to use, what do? Grab one of the many tools. Again, this is not about a particular app, it's about a technique. Grab one of the many tools made for social media these days and add a border. Here I have added borders on the side to turn my vertical photo into a square. What was happening when I uploaded this photo is it was either cropping off Garrett's hat or it was cropping off up under my chin. And I did not like either of those results. I didn't like how it looked. So I took an app on my phone and I turned this into a square photo to upload. Now, when you do that, most of the time the default is a white background. I don't like how that looks, so I make mine black or a dark gray or something that coordinates with the photo. That is all up to personal preference. One other consideration when you're doing the table gallery like this is that there is a groove. You can see here there's a groove where your photos sit. So you are going to lose that much of your photo in the groove. See what I mean? So if that's not a big deal if your subjects are centered in your photo, but if your baby is laying on the floor and it's going to cut off their face when you put it on the gallery, that is definitely something you want to consider. And maybe you want to put a border at the bottom just to shift where your photo is in the square. So starting with the shape of the gift that you want helps a lot. This is another example. This is one of our canvas items. Sorry, I'm just going to shift that down there. The shape of this particular canvas, this is a 12 by 12 canvas, the shape of this particular canvas is a horizontal photo. And this photo is not horizontal to start with. So I went in and I cropped it. I actually cropped out, there's a bunch of ceiling here, there was a lamp over here on the side of my sister-in-law, and I cropped all that out and I turned it into the shape of the design. Our canvas designs, there are tons and tons of designs. So you really need to look at what you want to make. What is the output you want to create? And then decide how you want to edit or what photo you want to choose. Maybe you have two photos from the same day trip with your kids and one is a vertical and one is a horizontal, but when you're designing your canvas, the spot is horizontal. So choosing the horizontal photo is going to give you a better result. It just is what it is. This photo, I also want to point out, this photo was actually taken with the timer on my cell phone. I have an iPhone, either 7 or 8, I don't know, it's not the latest and greatest, I don't have portrait mode. My sister has a very nice camera and a tripod, and she forgot her tripod last Christmas. So my dad grabbed a stepladder and we propped my phone up with a book, and I set the timer and ran around, I'm there in the middle, ran around, got in our spots, and took 3 or 4 pictures, and I ended up having them printed on this canvas. They turned out fantastic. You do not have to wait until you have studio quality, professional photographer quality photos to make our photo gifts. This was taken with the selfie mode timer on an iPhone. Every single one of these was a selfie from an iPhone. They worked fantastic. Now, when you're talking about ornaments, the same kind of rule applies. Think about the output you want, and then think about the picture you're going to choose to use. So this is a picture of my nephew. This is this summer. I took him and his brother to a local farm where you get to feed the baby calves and do all sorts of fun stuff. And he was determined to eat every bit of his ice cream. Like, he was scraping the bottom of the barrel. And it was so funny because he was covered in the chocolate ice cream. I mean, you can see it on his face. And his shirt, it was all over. So I was sitting next to him and I was trying to take a picture and he kept giving me these glares and I was laughing. Well, when I uploaded this picture, it cropped a whole bunch of him off and I did not like the result at all. I mean, it looked terrible. And I'm going to stop here and I'm going to show you a picture of what it looked like when I let the system crop the photo for me. So what did I do? I pulled up one of the apps on my phone. I pulled the photo in. It was a horizontal photo to start with. And I cropped the photo myself, but I also gave it a background. Like this scallop edge here, you have to be really careful with the scallop edging because it cuts into your photo a lot. You can see there how much it cuts in. And it does that on every side. In addition, you can see how I have the twine. This twine comes with it. There's a diamond here. So this top scallop, it's going to put a hole in your picture if your picture is up there. So what you can do is you just take an app, again, it's not about the app, lots of apps will do this, add a background and shrink the size of your photo so that you give the system something to crop. So I'm going to show you how I did that here. I hope you can follow along with there. I just pulled in my photo. I added a solid background, black, dark gray, whatever works for your photo. I shrunk the size of my original photo and then I uploaded to see how the system would crop it. And this is my result. So there are easy tips and tricks, things you can do to make your photo gifts turn out better. I hope this is helpful. I hope you guys have found it useful. Just things to think about as you are creating your table galleries or wall art, photo charms, or ornaments this season. If you have questions, let me know. I'm happy to help.